An often used phrase is that board sets the tone from the top. But what does that actually mean? What are the consequences if the board sets the wrong tone? I think the genesis for the phrase is in the board's role around culture. And we know that the board's role is to basically model, monitor and see culture. And it's the modelling piece, which is how boards set the tone from the top. Having worked with many boards, I've reflected, and I think there's three key ways by which boards set the right tone. The first one is by the communication style and manner of directors. So as much as possible, we want directors to engage well with their peers, with management, with employees and with stakeholders. So some of the elements to good communication styles and setting the right tone are, for example, engaging in robust discussions, but doing it respectfully. Challenging, but challenging in a constructive way. Playing the issue and not the person. The second area is through conduct. And of course, we expect that directors would act in accordance with whatever the desired organisational culture and values are. But often I see a disconnect here. So some examples of where I've seen directors perhaps not engaging in the right conduct is where there's been a mandate for cost cutting across the company, but directors are going on an overseas field trip. Where directors are doing a site visit, but they're not wearing the same PPE or abiding by the same site rules as apply to everyone else. And all of those things are noticed, whether directors in the boardroom, out of the boardroom, whether they're wearing their director's hat or they're in another context, their conduct will be scene setting for anyone around that company. The conduct that they engage in will be seen to be acceptable. The third area is commitment. And directors demonstrate commitment through various different ways. Through, for example, reading papers and being prepared for board meetings and other board events. Through being available for stakeholder events, being there in times of crisis, and just generally being responsive. And again, this is a way in which directors really demonstrate the right tone. So, for example, directors who ask questions which really reveal to management they haven't read the board papers don't demonstrate the right tone. Directors who don't respond to emails, particularly by a date that's been set by management, cause issues for management. They show that their time's not important. They also frustrate management in being able to deliver on tasks. So if we bring all that together, then I think the way that boards really set the tone from the top is through those three areas, through communication, through conduct, and through commitment.